Tanya, even if you're vaccinated, you still have to mask up. Yes. Justine again. Thank you guys for your comments this morning. She puts, it's not just the unvaccinated that will stop going. People who support that we should have a choice could stop too. But let me just start with this, guys. There's been a change. And Mo, I don't know if you know this, but the executive order, maybe you were up because you seem like you stay up late at night. There was a refined, they're calling it a refined executive order, which is great. That's some great spin.
I like that.
Yeah.
Refined. Sounds so beautiful.
Yeah, right? It's like sugar, right? So they refined the executive order. So this is the deal now for dine-in, gyms, movie theaters, booze cruises, all that stuff. Customers presenting themselves to any of these types of businesses can now self-attest and say, I am vaccinated. Yeah, so they can do that. You can also still show your Vax card, but there's a sign-in process. And then the big change is that if you have received at least one shot of the Vax, you're now allowed to go in and do the dine-in and all that other stuff. So according to this executive order, you don't have to show anybody your vaccination card. You just have to swear, okay? Grandma's grave, guys. Are you vaccinated? Have you received at least one shot of the dose? If so, then guess what? You are a free American. If you're not, if you haven't had any of the vaccine in your body, same situation still applies as Friday.
Right. And if you working at any of these establishments, it's no longer required that you get fully vaccinated. But you do, if you don't get vaccinated, then you have to do the weekly COVID tests, just like the government of Guam employees in the executive branch.
Right. So those are the main changes that happened while you guys were sleeping. So let's get Mo on. Mo, were you aware of Mo of MoSa's, by the way, Mo Amani? Mo, were you aware of those changes that were made?
Yes, as of about 8:30 last night, I became aware of it.
Right. And so I know that we had brought you on last week, and you were talking about how just based on who your clientele is, why you might have a hard time checking the vax status. So just how did that go yesterday for you guys?
I can definitely say that it was very, very frustrating. The process was a lot longer than the normal check-in. We definitely had a few customers that showed up without vaccination cards that we had to turn away. Some understood, some were very upset. We had numerous a lot of posts on Instagram and Facebook putting us down, bashing us, calling us, saying we're discriminatory against everybody, that they will never dine in our facility ever again, that we're a disgrace and all of this stuff. Exactly why I don't want to read social media anymore. Because all the trolls out there. But
well,
yeah, it was very frustrating. I'll just put it that way. Since the beginning, both Sarah and myself, we've tried to follow the guidelines, the rules, everything everyone has ever given us. We've followed it. We've never had any violations. And we thought what we were doing was right and correct because we have 52 employees that all have families, all have bills to pay, including myself and Sarah. And we worked, I'm not going to say any bad words.
your butt's off.
We worked our tails off this whole pandemic to try to stay open, to try to keep our employees, to try to keep everyone off of PUA, to actually come to work every day and keep everyone, and we have, and we've also employed people because of it. And I just feel like this, I've supported our government through this whole thing, and so has Sarah. And this is finally a point that I'm a little fed up. I don't understand. I'm gonna try not to be emotional or try not to cuss on this radio station today, but it was very hard, very, very hard yesterday. We had a lot of put downs, a lot of people yelling at us, a lot of people yelling at our staff, which is not fair at all. We're just trying to follow the rules and stay open, and that's it. And us doing that, we got criticized very badly for it. And in less than 24 hours, this changed.
Yeah.
So it's like, I just feel that our government needs to have an idea and think about it a little bit before you put it out there. And then either stick with it and take the punches, but to revise something so strongly as it got revised is, it just made all of us small business owners that were following the government's guidelines, it made us look stupid, very stupid. And I'm very frustrated right now.
Well,
very frustrated.
Well, what about the changes that were made? Or is this something that you guys think works?
How does it work? So pretty much anybody can come in and say they've been vaccinated. We can't ask them for proof of it because they can self-attest it now. So how is this changing anything? Like I said since the last show that when I was on, that, you know, we'll follow the guidelines. There's no problem with that. But once you change stuff so drastically like that, where 1 minute you have to have a valid vaccination card with 2 shots, and then less than 24 hours, oh no, you can just self-attest it. Yeah. Well, now everyone's just going to, whether they have it or not, are going to say, oh, I'm vaccinated. And that's fine. But why did we go to this extreme to begin with?
Right. And if we went to that extreme because they believed it was the thing to do to help stop the spread of this surge, then why did they double back on it now? Does that mean that what they said in the beginning doesn't apply anymore? It's a lot.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing for me is every time they've made a change in the government, we've always supported it, and we've always tried to go and take the punches. We spent so much money trying to adapt and adjust throughout this whole thing, money that we didn't have to spend. And maybe for bigger companies that, you know, or corporations that have the money to throw around everywhere, they could do that. But to build outside dining, then take it back, then scale it back, then just eliminate outside dining, and then to not even give people the option to dine outside or inside with the vaccination cards. Like, I just don't think that this first executive order was well thought out at all, and it's obvious because it was changed within 24 hours. We're just tired. Tired of being toyed with, tired of being played with, tired of being harassed on a daily basis by people just trying to support our government, just trying to follow the rules, just trying to stay open. Yeah. We're just frustrated. We've tried so hard. And I know all these other businesses out there have too. And it's like, we're the ones getting pooped on.
So, you know, did you watch the video that the governor put out last night?
Yes, I did.
So when she said, I hear you, you know, I heard your concerns, you know, I feel you, you know.
Selective hearing.
Do you believe her, or do you feel like she's being disingenuous?
I don't know what to believe anymore. I really don't. All I know is that I have 52 staff, me and Sarah Dude, that are friends and families of ours that we know personally, that we hang out with, that we go to parties with, we go to birthdays with, Christmases with. This is our family. Like, the way we look at our company is very different than a lot of people look at their companies. And my number one priority is to keep my family and our business safe and keep all of their jobs and everything. And that's all we've been trying to do since the beginning. But throughout this whole thing, we've been criticized for some of the things we've done. And all we're trying to do is survive. Like, there's no instruction manual on how to run a business during a pandemic. But we've taken the punches and we, like everybody else, and adapted and adjusted to it. But if things are going to just keep changing every single time there's a spike, but not just changing, going backwards. Like I said last show, I think that what we should have done is maybe go back to 75% first, before we do this vaccination thing. Because I knew it was going to upset and make so many people upset. Because some people just don't want to get vaccinated, and that's everybody's right. I believe that's everybody's right. And I agree with them. If they don't want to get vaccinated, don't get vaccinated. But basically, this first executive order was pretty much telling people you can't work if you don't have your fully vaccinated card. Now, within less than 24 hours, okay, now you can, but you have to get a COVID test. And I'm just tired of going back and forth. Why don't we go back to the original way that we started? Go back to 75%. If that doesn't work, then go back to 50%. We're all about safety as well, just as the government is. But you can't just make an executive order and change it in less than 24 hours when it hasn't even had a chance to be tested to see if it's going to work. But now we just need somebody to say, hey, I got a vaccination card. That's all you need. We could have done that in the beginning.
Yeah.
So I do not see how this is going to help us in any way whatsoever. That's the bottom line.
Well, good morning.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, thank you. Yeah.
And good luck for the rest of the day. And what you're saying is kind of like what Kathy was saying from the Guam Chamber of Commerce, that these small businesses have been doing their part. They've been compliant, and people will be upset, patrons, but they ask for them to understand that small businesses like yours, they're just trying to survive. They're just trying to stay open. They're trying to comply. Nobody wants to be fined, the $1,000 per violation. And you're doing your best, and it just kind of, it hurts to hear you talk like this and hear about what your employees are experiencing through this whole, I don't even know how to explain it anymore. The refined executive order to the refined executive order.
The whole thing is, we may not have agreed with the first executive order 100%, but we understood it. We understood why she was trying to do that. We understood, the numbers are going up, the hospitals are getting full. We understand that. We're trying to keep our island safe just like everybody else is, but when you make a decision, you need to stick with it. At least stick with it for a little bit, or try it out to see if it's going to work or anything. But just to backpedal less than 24 hours, that's very frustrating. It's very frustrating for us when all these businesses put out letters to their customers saying, hey, sorry, you cannot come into our business anymore unless you're vaccinated. Getting calls all day at our restaurant. Oh, can we come in if we're not vaccinated? And then they blame it on us. And it's like, it's not our decision. If it was up to us, we would have rather went back down in the numbers and 75% and invited unvaccinated and vaccinated people in to begin with. We are like the least discriminatory company that I know of, and we would never try to discriminate towards people like that. I am the number one advocate of people should have the right to do whatever they want. I mean, not if it's going to hurt somebody, but I believe that everyone should have a choice of what they want to do with their bodies. But I understood what she was trying to do, but it just really made all of us look stupid.
Yeah.
And we probably lost a lot of customers over this. And I'm fine with that because of the fact that, you know, I know for a fact that we did what we had to do and we're doing what we have to do to stay alive. And if somebody has a problem with that, then I apologize, but I really don't care. We're going to try to do whatever we can to stay open, to serve our community, and, you know, to take care of our employees.
Thank you, Mo. Well, we had a comment here. Nadia commented, I'm going to MoSa's for dinner tonight.
Thank you, Nadia.
All right.
And I'd like to thank everybody that has supported us throughout this whole thing, because like the love we've had from everybody on this island, from all of our customers and guests that have also become family and friends to us, there's no way we could have done it without them. There's no way possible. I mean, to have a restaurant the size of ours to just be on to-goes 2 times and still make it through this, it's incredible to me. But that's the way our community is. Our community is very strong. We have some of the best people in the world on Guam, and we all usually support each other. And this is kind of segregating us, and I don't like it. You know, we are one island and one people, and we need to stay strong together and stop putting down businesses that are just trying to survive.
Thank you, Mo.
You for having me.
Right, you got it, girl. Anytime. Yeah, you got the Zoom link. Come on in anytime.
Yeah.
All right. Take care, guys.
Bring it in. You're just here to survive, guys. Let's 1, 2, 3, survive. Right on. There you go. Yep. I think we're gonna get a lamb burger now.
Yeah. Come on, whenever you want.
Thanks, Mo.
Good luck.
Mo.
Yeah.
Good luck today.
Oh man, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry that you're going through this. You know, and this show today, we saw it. It was about 7:20. You were on the road, but we took 3 calls in a row.
Yeah.
And people were just, they don't know. And I mean, we had grown men sounding hurt and confused on the phone because they just don't know what is going on. What do we do? Can I eat here? What do I got to bring?
What do I tell my kid?
Yeah.
What can they do? You know, like how am I supposed to act around my employer?
Right.
And I mean, we're trying to keep up too.
Yeah, yeah.
With
and I mean,
all of this.
And you guys hear the frustration in our voices. Like, we're not here, like, really not even here. Like, I want the governor and the team at Adelup, I want them to do a good